I made a video yesterday, but I never published it. That's why he's standing there. Because there was a guy in it with a man bun, and I said, you know, how embarrassing to have your hair in a man bun. So that's why they sent that fool to stand there. He's not looking at bus timetables or anything. He's just been told to go with his little mission because his hair is the same as what I said in the video. No one checks those things. They all do it on their phone, you know what I mean? Like I said before, these people look so fucking out of place. They don't even realise eating ice cream on a freezing cold day, checking a bus timetable when everybody has a smartphone, eating family-sized bags of chocolates at 9 AM, you know. These things, you just have to look at the context in which these people act the way that they act, and you see how out of place and how unrealistic what they're doing is. It's all just an act. They're all just actors playing a part, and regardless of how ridiculous the part is that they've been told to play, they still play it, they continue to play it. They don't care about how stupid it looks, you know, how stupid they look, what fucking stupid hair they've been told to wear. They'll just carry on playing their fucking ridiculous part because it earns them a few shekels, and that's what they'll do for money, you know. I got attacked. It was like Attack of the Drones last night. I honestly believe that the drones are kind of how how are fitted with their kind of weaponry. You know, the Jews. The Jews as in DEW, not the Shalom Jews. I honestly think that's how it is. I think they kind of link up to one another. That's why there's always, excuse me, loads in the sky. I first noticed it about 2 years ago, when I was living in a kind of homeless. This is a constant theme as well, because it means shut the fuck up, basically. It means shut the fuck up and stop talking. About 2 years ago, I was living in a homeless place, and it was over Christmas time, and I couldn't sleep one night because I was experiencing pain, but I didn't know what gang stalking was at the time. I hadn't found out a description for what was happening to me at that time. You know, there's that famous bag again that they all fucking love. What was happening to me at the time. But I just know that I woke up and I was in pain. They always have these as well. It's because they put them in the boot of their car, and then they drive to wherever it is that you're walking, and then they whip it out of the boot and they cycle around in it. No one that cycles for any length of distance uses a fold-up bike because they're not comfortable. But these clowns do, because he's had it in the boot of his car, and then he's followed to the location that I'm at, and then taken it out of the boot just so he can cycle past me in his stupid fucking high-vis gear. Wait, I don't know what this fucking idiot's doing. He's decided against it, whatever it is. Decide against it because the camera's out, you know. Nice fucking pink top with matching pink socks. Is that them messing my phone again? Or is that I can't see the screen properly because the sun's glaring? Oh, it is as well. Look at that. Absolute clowns. Absolute clowns. Don't want me catching any of the little clowns. But yeah, it was so 2 years ago I noticed the drone. I was staying in this homeless hostel, this like emergency housing, and I couldn't sleep one night, like I said, because of pain. So I leaned out the window to have a cigarette, and I noticed 3 drones up in the sky, and I thought that's very fucking odd, you know. But odd things had been happening to me for, you know, a year and a half at that point. But it was quite the area was quite light polluted, you know. It was an area with lots of light pollution. Where I live now, I didn't have a phone at the time either to be able to record it, and like I said, you know, weird shit had been happening since the police had been in my house a year and a half previously, and it was just all connected, you know. These things just kept on happening, and I was kind of getting used to weird shit by now, but I didn't have a name for it. I didn't really know what was happening. I knew it was all connected, but I didn't know how, and I didn't want to tell anyone for fear of being called paranoid, you know. So anyway, fast forward to this house, and it happens all the time. You know, last night I looked out because I can hear the buzzing, or the droning, if you like. It's a droning sound. And I looked out last night and it's pitch black, you know. There's not really any light pollution, and that's purposeful as well, so that the sky's black so that it's much harder to pick it up on a phone. I tried shining like a tiny hand torch out, but it's absolutely pathetic. It didn't do anything. Really, I don't know what I was thinking. Just desperate times sometimes. There was 4 of them anyway. I'd heard the noise and I was feeling the pain, the throbbing kind of boom, 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 fire and pain, the heat, the pulsing. So I looked out, I opened the window and looked out, and there was 4 of them above me last night. And I tried to take a video of it, but it's very shite, it doesn't really show up anything. But honestly, I believe that's how they do it. I think they have to have a few of them. And they're police drones, I looked online to see if you could do a Freedom of Information Act request about drone flying, and it said basically, we could, but some of them are used for covert operations, so we wouldn't be able to give out that information. Well, fucking, colour me stupid, it's, obviously it's all fucking covert, isn't it? But it is the police. It's police drones or military drones that they're using. And I believe they link up to one another, and I've seen several videos of people where they have, it's the prison theme with the stripes. I believe I've seen videos of people and they have orbs and kind of mystery lights around their room while they're sleeping, and that's the lasers off of these things, It's the lasers off of these drones that are coming in the room, because I don't know yourself, you've probably experienced it, I certainly have, is flashes of light and you just kind of see it out the corner of your eye and not be able to place it, but that's these as well. It's the drones above you, and you just kind of catch a flash of light. Again, last night I caught a little beam of light, a little beam of green light, like a laser light, and I could hear the droning and I could feel the heat. But it's very, very difficult to get a picture of these fuckers. But there was 4 of them last night, and that's not unusual. It's a permanent thing, And they've placed me next to a kind of railway track in a railway station, and they make sure they do work all through the night, If this was, or there's kind of noise being played into a speaker directed towards where I am, if that makes anyone feel any better, maybe they aren't doing work. But it certainly sounds like it through the night. You would think if this was genuine, that someone in the area would have complained, It's a built up area. Or maybe I'm the only one who has single glazed windows. Maybe all the participants in the area have been given free double glazing. The neighbour certainly across the road has just got his windows all replaced. And the other neighbour had his house painted not that long ago, and another one had their garden all done. Another one's just had an extension added on. It's very interesting, isn't it? The amount of money, the amount of work that they seem to get done, probably in return for participating in abusing people. There's a hearse, did you see that? I don't know if I can catch it. A hearse just came past me. Fucking same shit, different day. A yellow car down there. I'm not going to try and catch all these punks. But yeah, I think that's definitely they're doing it using drones. Definitely, and I think that's some of the purpose of the chemtrails, also last night I kept waking up with, chemical taste and smell in my mouth, so they were spraying me with something, and just as I said that, the exact same smell came at me. The exact same smell. See, I don't know, it might be psychosomatic, mightn't it? Maybe being able to put something in my system to make me imagine these things whenever they want. Who knows what kind of technology that it is that they have. I don't dismiss anything really, because it's silly too. So yeah, the freedom of information, you can't get any information about it. And if you look at the police drones online, if you look them up, it'll say, they have infrared or night vision, heat vision technology, or whatever the fuck it's called, heat seeking, but they can pick up a source of heat. You've all seen it in, if you watch any police shows and someone runs away and then they find them in a field through the heat source. Well, it's much more fucking advanced than that, It's not just heat source technology, they can actually see through the walls. And that's what they're doing, or see through the roof. That's why they've got me up in the roof space with a single glazed window. There's absolutely no protection, there's no insulation in that room. Not that it would fucking matter anyway, they can go through brick. But yeah, that's what they do. And yeah, like I was going to say, the chemtrails, they're not only are they spraying things with the chemtrails, you know, heavy metals or toxins into the atmosphere, you know, into all of us, but they're clouding the sky, aren't they? They're making the kind of paint in the sky to not only block out the sun, but to block out their activity in the night, to block out the activity that they're doing with these drones, you know, not only in the night, but throughout the day as well. These things can reach heights where it's really, really hard to see, and most of us have been programmed over time, which is the purpose of phones as well. We're all like little fucking zombies walking around, staring down at our phones, and that's you know, that's meant as well. That's manufactured. That's exactly where they want us all, looking down at our feet, looking down at our phones. No, they don't want us looking up at the skies and see what the fuck they're doing up there. Not only do they not want people noticing the chemtrails, you know, you get all these dickheads and they'll dismiss it. Even my brother, he's like, oh, they're contrails, they're just from the planes. It's funny that, isn't it? It's funny how some planes make them and some planes don't, you know. Anyway, this cunt knows exactly what's going on. He's just plain dumb. He's the biggest conspiracy theorist when I was, you know, younger that I'd ever met in my fucking life. So yeah, it's very interesting, you know, the way that people pretend to be dumb for the sake of a few quid, or probably more than a few quid, would I know. I don't know how much they're getting paid, but certainly got to be worth your while to try and end the life of your sister and her children. Anyway, yeah, they want us all looking down. Don't want you looking up and concentrating on the sky, looking at the sky, and they certainly don't want you looking up or being aware of what's happening above you at night, you know. My plan is I'm going to get a really fucking powerful torch and start shining it into the sky at night and start taking, but probably not actually, because it's just some other shit that I need to carry with me. You know, I carry all my belongings with me all the time, so it's just be something fucking else. But anyway, yeah, the drones, a yellow car, number 7,000 of the day. Fucking silly bitch with her top down, even though it's freezing. I've got 3 layers on. Don't let the sun deceive you. Oh, did it pick it up? I don't know if it picked it up. Maybe the phone went off. Anyway, attack of the fucking drones. Attack of the retards on foot, by road. Attack of the drones by air, you know. I'm sure if I was living on a boat, it would be attack of the fucking spastics by sea. Anyway, take care. God bless, not bless. It means be less, doesn't it? God bless. That's 666 registration plate in that blue car. Anyway, I could fucking go on all day about these clowns. Lots of love to you.